Good evening. This is my week 3 discussion in which I talk about how a drug was reborn as a treatment for cancer and how this rebirth fueled some price rises. Also in this discussion, there are some insights on thoughts from John Locke and Andrew Carnegie that can be useful for this discussion. As a public relations department employee at Celgene, I was approached by the company to address the outcry regarding the methods we are using to price our pill thalidomide, which was first introduced in the market as a treatment for leprosy and reducing wasting in tuberculosis patients. It was later found that the drug could also help with wasting in HIV positive patients. The main problem with this drug was the terrific birth defects that in babies that it could cause in babies of mothers who were taking the drug for morning sickness. Celgene went ahead and it tried to get the drug approved by the FDA to be sold to the public as a leprosy treatment, because there was really a lot of data around the world supporting the use of this drug for this particular disease. In '98, when after the FDA approved the drug to be sold as a leprosy treatment, and with the drug out in the market, doctors could prescribe the drug off-label to help wasting in AIDS patients. To prevent the birth defects on babies, we developed a dispensing system which required every patient to undergo, female patients to undergo regular pregnancy tests if they were in childbearing age. Just 3 years after the introduction of thalidomide in the market in '99, a report by Dr. Barloghi made thalidomide to be reborn as a cancer treatment drug. And now at that time, the effects as a wasting, reducing in patients, it was being eclipsed by more effective drugs, and wasting in AIDS patients was a thing from the past. So instead of being off-label, instead of being prescribed off-label as a drug for AIDS patients, it was now being off-label prescribed as a cancer drug. Only then we began to increase our prices for this particular drug. So what we started selling in '96 for $6 for each 50 milligram capsule. In 2006, it was priced at $29.44 for the same 50 milligram capsule. I believe that the company did a great favor to the public when it fought to get the thalidomide approved by the FDA and to bring it into the US market, knowing full well of its potential benefits as an AIDS drug. Even though it couldn't be advertised as an HIV drug and only a leprosy treatment, by having the drug in the market, doctors now were able to prescribe it off-label as a wasting reducing in AIDS patients. Now, we can also point that until the drug was found out to be a good drug for cancer patients, the company operated with losses in revenue every year since its foundation. It was only after the discovery of thalidomide's benefits to cancer patients that we saw increases in revenue and stopped operating with losses. The company's ethical responsibilities were to the public benefit when we fought to bring the drug into the US as a leprosy drug, knowing how doctors could use it off-label as an AIDS drug. And now, although we still have our ethical responsibilities with the public, and which does in which we do help with like a free drug program for people that meet certain criteria, our biggest responsibility is to our financial health, since being profitable, we can spend more money in our research and development department, which will eventually help in the development of new and more effective drugs and treatment for cancer and other diseases. So the company, by increasing the price of this drug, is charging for its labor, which according to John Locke is not unethical or wrong by any means. If it wasn't for Celgene's labor to bring the drug into the market in the first place, people would never had access to this drug in the US. It is also valid to remember that thalidomide costs about half of what other cancer drugs cost. Celgene has its ethical responsibility to the public by giving free drugs to patients that meet certain criteria, which according to Carnegie is not a useless charity, because it helps people who would help themselves in the future when they get better. So what I believe that the company could do is make use of the surplus and increased revenues that is seen by selling thalidomide as a cancer drug off-label. It could use it to charity, to educational programs, to, like Carnegie says, to provide part of the means by which those who desire to improve may do so, to assist but to never do all. So we could assist people in need of educational programs, but obviously just providing them the means and tools to improve themselves so they can help themselves in the future. By using the increased revenue in this manner, I believe the company is tackling its ethical responsibilities to the public as well as its responsibilities with our financial health.